Okay, so we got a 94 Geo Metro with the 1-liter 3-cylinder engine, and we're going to be changing the O2 sensor. I've already started the actual process here and realized I needed to shoot a video. So anyway, this is our old oxygen sensor, okay, and it uses a metallic sensing membrane. It's actually exposed to the air. The way this thing is assembled, outside air is allowed to get in there. Not into the exhaust, but into the sensor. And then a current is pushed through that piece of metal as it gets hot, and a resistance is measured, and it can determine how much oxygen is on either side of that piece of metal, okay, and it feeds resistance back to the computer, and the computer knows from that resistance what's going on. So anyway, you can see that this one's pretty well. It's not cooked, but it's got some deposits on it on the outside, okay, and so for that reason, and we set a O2 code a while back. We're going to go ahead and change it. This is our new one, and it's still got the plastic cover on it because the threads have got anti-seize from the factory, and you simply don't want that thing damaged. And we've already made sure that the plugs are similar, and they are identical. I made sure it would plug into the harness. And then, anyway, I've made a list of tools we needed so far. And I'm using a 7/8 wrench. Okay, I don't have the metric equivalent. All you got to do is take the new oxygen sensor, put the wrench on it, and if it fits, go ahead and use it. If it's loose, don't use it. If you have to force it, don't use it. It needs to fit correctly. You're going to need some side cutters to cut the zip ties that are holding this harness. You can't let it flap around, so I zip tied it up. And the new O2 sensor. Okay, and also I need to add to that WD-40. All right, when you bust that puppy loose, when you bust the old one loose, do not just go and try and spin it all the way out. Okay, a lot of times they will stick, and you can tear the threads up in the exhaust manifold, and you do not want to do that. So as soon as you get it to come loose, just put you some WD-40. Just spray it with WD-40, and then just spin it like a quarter turn. Hit it with some more WD-40, and then start spinning it back and forth until that thing is slippery and free before you try to turn it out. Okay, so I can't hold this camera and do the work. Well, here, let me show you where I'm at first of all. Okay. We've got the right side of the car jacked up. We've got a safety stand under the car to keep it from landing on me. And the O2 sensor, okay, this is under the car, goes in that bung right there in the exhaust manifold. It'll spin in this hole, and it'll stand out like this. This is the oil filter in the exhaust pipe. Anyway, this is, if you get the car up in the air, you'll have a little bit of room right here to swing that wrench, okay? And I tried it from up top, and there's just no room to swing a wrench. And even if you've got a socket and a ratchet, there's still no room to swing those tools. So I had to put it up in the air. So anyway, this is where it lives, and we get her spun in there, and There's also a little clippy. Let's see, where is it? There's a little clippy. I think it's behind the, yeah, right there. The air conditioning compressor. That's the back of the air conditioning compressor right there. And then there's a bolt up there with a little bendable metal clip, and that's where the wires out of the O2 sensor. That's what supports them. Okay, but then it goes up towards the top, and they just kind of flop around. And so I put zip ties on to help secure it. And anyway, we'll get that puppy spun back in, and we'll shoot another video to show you the finished product there.